Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we started with a new topic that was methods of preparing accounts. So in that we saw that there are two types of accounting system or accounting methods. So the types of accounting systems are, first one is Deshi Nama system and second was double entry system. And again, double entry system can be divided into three methods. There are three methods of accounting methods under double entry system. So in that the first one is mercantile base, second is cash base, and third is mixed base. So let's discuss in detail. So we discussed Desi Nama system in a detail. Means we discussed that it is a very ancient method of writing accounts, and it was used by generally used by sole proprietor and partnership firms. But in present time, no one is using this Deshi Nama system. But nowadays, double entry system everyone uses. So, according to historians, the mathematician of Italy, Luca Pisoli, is considered as the father of the double entry system. The understanding of the double entry system is based on the rules of debit and credit. Basically, there are three rules of debit and credit, which is discussed in the next chapter. And these rules are the pillars of the double entry system. Means the debit and credit, with the help of debit and credit rules, double entry system is working. So the rules of accounting are known as the pillars of the double entry system. A correct and full understanding of these rules is the correct and full understanding of double entry system. So it is very important to have a correct and a full understanding about the rules of accounting, which automatically shows that the person is having a full understanding of double entry system. So under the double entry system, what will be the debit effect and what would be the credit effect of each transaction is included in these rules. So to prepare accounts under double entry system, three different bases, means three different methods are used for preparing accounts under the double entry system. So in that, first one is mercantile base, second is cash base, and third is mixed base. So let's discuss the first one, that is accrual or mercantile base, in detail. So under this method, when accounts are prepared, so under the mercantile, or we can say that accrual based method, when accounts are prepared, all the transactions of that respective year are considered. Means all the transactions happen in that particular year, all transactions are considered. Second thing is that in transactions of that accounting year, means the transactions of that accounting year, transactions pertaining to receipts mean income received by the business. Payments means any expenses incurred, money paid to some customers, any expense incurred by the business. And liability and assets are included. So the transactions such as transactions related with receipts means income, payments, liability and assets are included of that accounting year. Third thing is that incomes and expenses of respective accounting year are considered, where outstanding income, expenses paid in advance, expenses outstanding, income received in advance, etc. all are included. So incomes and expenses of that respective accounting year all are considered. In that, everything, outstanding income, whether it is an expense paid in advance, expenses outstanding, income received in advance, etc. are all included. In short, all the incomes and expenses of that respective accounting years are included under the method of accrual, or we can say that mercantile base. The fourth thing is that the incomes and expenses of that particular financial year only are the considered. It includes the receivable incomes of the current year and the payable expenses of the current year. Cash incomes and expenses related transactions of previous year or next year are not considered to determine profit or loss. So it means that at the end of the year, to determine profit or loss, like in the accrual or mercantile base, like only incomes means only current year expenses and current year incomes are included or considered to determine the profit and loss of that year, whereas the previous year incomes or expenses or the next year expenses or incomes are not taken into account to determine the profit or loss. So the current year's income and current year's expenses are only taken to determine the profit and loss. The transactions of the previous year are recorded in the previous year and the transactions of the next year will be recorded in the next year. It would not be recorded under the current year accounts. If the previous year like any transactions made in the previous year, then it would be recorded under the previous year accounts, and if any transactions happen for the next year, then it would be recorded in the next year accounts, but it would not be recorded under the current year's account. So for example, assume that accounts are prepared for the period of 1st April 2014 to 31st March 2015. So this is a accounting year. The accounting year is from 1st April 2014 to 31st March 2015, and the salary of rupees 5,000 is paid every month. Further, assume that salary of March is outstanding. It will be recorded as under. So in this is a case that accounts are prepared for the period of from 1st April 2014 to 31st March 2015, and you all know that salary is paid every month. So 5,000 salary was paid every month, but just imagine that the salary of March, like from the last year, it would be like 31st March 2014. So at the 31st March 2014, the year would be ended. So the salary of March is outstanding, so it will be recorded as under. So salary paid for 11 months, 5,000 into 11 months. So the salary for only 1 month is not paid. So only whereas from remaining 11th month salary is paid, but only 1 month salary for March is not paid. So 5,000 into 11, because the remaining 11th month, every month salary was paid, 11th month salary was paid, but only for the 1 month salary was not paid. So 5,000 into 11 is 55,000 plus salary outstanding of 1 month, because the salary for March is not paid, so it becomes outstanding of first month 1 month salary. So that was 5,000, because every month 5,000 salary was paid. So 1 month salary is 5,000. So total would be 60,000 will be considered as expense of the year 2014-15. So this is how it would be recorded in the books of account. If there is any outstanding salary or anything, outstanding rent or any outstanding expenses, then it would be recorded like this. So now, in practice, excluding certain sectors, in all the other sectors the accounts are maintained under mercantile, means accrual system. This is a very popular method. All the chapters in these books are presented on the basis of this method. So accrual or mercantile base means accrual is also known as outstanding. So in this method, like all the incomes, current year incomes and current year expenses for that accounting year is recorded in the books of account. So incomes and expenses are recorded under this method, or any outstanding income or any outstanding expenses are recorded under the accrual or mercantile base method. Now the next method used under the double entry system to prepare accounts is cash or receipt base. Under this method, the accounts of whichever accounting year are being prepared, means accounts of whichever accounting year, means any accounting year if prepared, then these three things has to be considered while preparing accounts by using cash or receipt base. So only all the cash transactions of that respective accounting year are recorded. So only the cash transactions are recorded under the method of cash or receipt base, while in the double entry system only all cash transactions of that respective accounting year are recorded. Credit transactions are not recorded, only the cash transactions are recorded. Cash transactions of that respective accounting year includes transactions pertaining to receipts, payments, liability and assets. The cash transactions of the previous year and the current year are also considered. So in this method, only the cash transactions of previous year and the current year are also considered. So the use of this method is very limited because only the cash transactions are considered. So this was the cash or receipt method used under the double entry system. Now the last method is hybrid method, means mixed method. In this method is identified as modified method of mercantile system. It is known as mixture of the mercantile system and the cash system. This method is not popular. In India, generally the companies maintain their accounts under the mercantile system, and as per the accounting standard 1, the companies give certificate that accounts are prepared as per the mercantile or accrual base. So in this hybrid method or mixed method, there is a mixture of both the methods, mercantile method as well as the cash method, but this method is not popular. In India, generally all the companies maintain their account by using the accrual or mercantile base method under the double entry system. So the mercantile base method is the more popular method used in India. So these were the types of methods under the double entry system. So now we are going to stop here. In the next video we would be discussing about the steps to prepare accounts. So if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. Thank you.